All right, guys. Guys played hard today. It wasn't, I told them it wasn't because of a lack of effort by any means. We didn't win a football game, but it wasn't because of the effort on the field. The guys played extremely hard throughout the entire game in every phase. But what the problems were is we had too many mistakes. I mean, you cannot win games like that or any game like it when you make that many mistakes. And that was in both sides of the ball. I mean, there were just too many opportunities that we gave up on both sides of the ball to be effective and to win a football game. So that's why we didn't win it. Pretty simple.
What was your evaluation? You have to go back and watch just at the quarterbacks, how Brandon played, how Chaz played.
Yeah, I just from the sideline, I thought that the thing that I was looking for was to see how poised they were throughout the game. When a mistake was made, how did they recover from it? And I thought both kids played hard. I thought both kids did the things within the system. We had a couple throws that we'd like to have back, that we'll look at it on film and see what he saw and go from there.
17-7, you guys put them in a situation to punt deep in their own end, but Jalen gets that personal foul, and it seemed like things just kind of went wrong for a while after that. How big was that sequence?
Well, it was big. I mean, because they scored a touchdown on a long play, I think, on the very next play.
Yeah.
So we've got them backed up and punting, and again, you can't make mistakes like that. You got to be smart. You got to play smart. I'm sure that wasn't done on purpose, but it was a flagrant foul, and he was kicked out of the game for it.
For the quarterbacks, obviously, Chaz was able to score on a couple of his drives. What specifically, outside of just scoring, did you see from him that caused you to give him so many series?
Yeah, I thought, we just felt like he was really poised throughout the game. I mean, he handled the situation very well. I never saw him panic. He took the ball where it was supposed to go according to what the coverage dictated. He didn't make all great throws, but I thought the kid was doing a good job.
Third series in the second half after the missed field goal and give it back to Brandon Harris. What was behind that decision? Yeah, well, we didn't. When we went into the game, we said, okay, we're going to start Brandon Harris and Chaz Surratt's going in on the third play of the game, and then we're going to play it by ear from that point on. And I anticipated both of them playing throughout the game. I didn't know if we would end up settling on one. It was going to depend on how they played. It was not a, hey, you make a mistake, this guy's going. It was more orchestrated that we were going to play both of them to see how both of them reacted in the situation. I didn't think there was a whole lot of separation going into the game, and we'll evaluate the tape and look at it and see how much separation there is now.
Larry, it looked like they had a lot of big plays on your defense. Was there more ball coverages, not enough pressure? What did you see?
I know there was a couple of blown coverages on a couple scrambles, that we didn't plaster to the guys, and we've got to do that. There was some pressure in some situations. I don't know if we got enough pressure with 4 men, so I'm sure JP will have to adjust that. But especially in that last drive, I think it was 3 third and longs that they converted in that drive. We have to get that corrected if we're going to be successful.
George, what is the history of these kind of incidents? He was kicked out of the NC State game last year. I think he had 2 unsportsmanlike against James Madison. How disappointing is what happened today given his history? Yeah, it's disappointing any time one of our guys does something like that. We expect them to play smart, and we'll get it corrected, and hopefully he'll play smarter next time.
Was that an area of emphasis for him in the offseason, given what happened with him and consistency?
Well, that's something we emphasize with everybody. We don't pick out one guy and say we're going to emphasize that you play smart. We're talking to everybody all the time about how your play affects everybody else on the team. So it's everybody's counting on you, and so you got to do your job. You do it to the best that you possibly can.
Michael Carter was pretty solid for you guys out there. How was he in comparison to what you guys saw from him in camp?
It's what we saw in camp. We really did. We're excited about Michael and what he can bring to the table. And you saw some of it today. And that's his first game in college football. And so we'd love to have that third one down back where he put it on the ground. But man, he was solid throughout. He really was. He wasn't big-eyed. He wasn't overwhelmed by anything. He was pretty calm and ran the ball hard and made some nice plays.
Guys on D talked all month long about being more aggressive, making more things happen. You got 2 picks. The guys on D all month talked a lot about the theme being more aggressive this year. You got 2 picks, and the offense scored after those 2 picks. But how discouraging is it that there are those catastrophic plays, a 54-yard touchdown, 67-yard touchdown, to kind of offset that?
Yeah, that's disappointing. That's not, that's not who we're going to be. We're not going to give up big plays. I mean, it just, unfortunately, that's what happened, and we have to find out why. We'll get it corrected, see what the problems were. But it was promising that we had two, they created a couple takeaways, and we were able to convert off those and score. Somebody back there.
I just had a question similar to that, Coach, on the long play there at the end of the second quarter and then the beginning of the third quarter with Cal. Just what did you see out of the coverage on those long plays they were able to get for their touchdowns?
Yeah, the one was the one real long one after the personal foul was a wheel route that the guy was covered. He got to the sideline and then he just adjusted and went up the field and like on a scramble. And Corey relaxed and got inside out on him and they made a play. We just again, that's why we have to plaster to our guys in those situations. We have to stay with them. You can't relax. And, unfortunately, it didn't happen.
How do you feel like Brandon reacted to his 2 interceptions? I know he didn't play after the second one.
Yeah, I thought he, after the first one, I thought he reacted fine. I mean, I have to talk to him after the second one because he didn't go back out there. But I know he was anxious and ready to go, and we'll see. We'll look at it. And, it's part of the nature of the beast. It's part of it. You play quarterback. You're going to play that position. You got to make good decisions. And if you throw a bad ball, you got to live with it. You got to move on. So hopefully he'll do that.
It looked like Bentley hurt his hand. I'm just wondering what happened there and
Don't
what kind
know.
of loss that was. What kind of loss was not having in the second?
Well, I mean, anytime you got a guy of his caliber that's you lose him in the game. I mean, it's never good. But. It looked like William Sweet and Charlie Heck did a good job. We'll have to go back and see. But, we hate it. You hate losing a guy like that in a game. But that's part of the game now. I mean, it's just the way it is. And so you have to be prepared. The next guy's got to step up. Everybody's counting on him.
Just 2 yards different in passing and rushing game. Was that a product of seeing how successful Michael was in just game 1 for him and then feeding what was working, or was it a product of still wanting to know what's going to happen with the quarterbacks and not seeing what you wanted out of them?
Yeah, well, I mean, we like being balanced. I mean, that's a thing that we would love to be. I mean, you don't get to always do it, but we love to be able to be as balanced as we possibly can so that the defense has to defend everything. Today, we were able to run the ball effectively, and there were just some situations when we needed, especially early, that we weren't able to get anything going. And if we could have got those early drives going, it could have been a different ball game. But what?
I think you guys ran the ball 18 of your first 22 offensive snaps. Was there something that you saw that maybe it went that way with the tags?
Yeah, going into the game, we said we want to run the football. We want to be effective running the football. And I don't know that we were as effective as we wanted to early on, but eventually the guys settled down, found the seams that we wanted to find, and figured out how we wanted to attack that defense.
Is it because of what you expected them to do defensively, or was it sort of a mindset you were trying to instill?
Both.
All right, thank you, folks. Thank you, Coach.